gonna send a camera crew on a date with you. Let's take a look at how Candace's date went.
Hi everyone, it's Candace Thompson. The last time I was on Harry, I complained about how awful my dating life is. And now I'm back to tackle some of these struggles. I'm gonna go on a date right now. Come join me. Hopefully I'll get lucky. Andrew?
Yeah.
I'm Candace.
Candace, it's nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you.
How's it going?
I'm good, how are you?
Great.
I'm a little nervous, I'm not gonna lie. Now, one of the things that I have a problem with is that I'm on all the dating apps. I'm on Tinder, Bumble, eHarmony, Coffee Meets Bagel. I need to get off of them. I need to focus.
So what's your experience like dating normally?
It's pretty bad. Because I'm on like all the apps. It's like all these open conversations, but none of them actually lead to like an actual date.
I think that's just the nature of those apps.
Now, have you met anybody successfully on any of these?
I've made friends.
Interesting, so I don't think that's what that's for.
No, it's not. Well, what was the best date that you got off of an app?
None of them have been good, really. I've had good text exchanges with some people, and then I meet them in person, and it's just like, wah, 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 wah.
Yeah.
Like, what happened to this text chemistry? Energy is a real thing.
It's very real.
I can feel it.
Yep. Sometimes you can feel it all the way across the room.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Or across a croissant.
Croissant. Right. That's true. That's true.
As of right now, the date is going A-okay. He is very cute. I think he's very sweet. I'm kind of digging his vibe.
So when's the last time you had a serious boyfriend then?
I had to take a time out because he just asked about my dating past. Is that something you ask on the first date?
Is that one kind of out of bounds?
It's not that it's out of bounds, and I don't think you're wrong for bringing it up, but the last time I had a serious boyfriend was probably 4 years ago. So it's been 4 years. I've been dead inside.
This is, wow. So, you know, let loose, whatever.
Okay, let loose. I'm about to go ham on this croissant then.
The last time I had a serious girlfriend, I tried to go full domestic. The house, the car, the dog. Once the honeymoon phase was over, it was like, well, now I just have a house, a dog, and a car.
Kind of sounds like you were in like a marriage type situation.
It was real close.
Way before you were ready.
But anytime I'm in a situation that should lead to that, I inevitably don't stay.
Bail.
Yeah.
So you might be a little bit of a commitment phobe. I'm actually the same way, so I'm not judging you at all. Another thing that I struggle with, I need to get out of my dating comfort zone. For some reason, I've never dated any white guys.
Like, what would be your type now? What kind of guy do you look for?
As far as a type, I mean, you are actually the first white guy that I've been on a date with in a long time.
Wow.
I don't have a checklist that guys have to fulfill for me to like them.
Smart. I've never dated a comedian, but...
You probably shouldn't.
No.
No, it's a terrible idea.
Well...
We're terrible people.
I'm sort of a believer in this theory that a successful relationship is the one that you're in when you die. It's just the last one you have.
It's very morbid.
It's a little bit morbid. But if you start when you're 70, I feel like you've got a higher chance of success.
No, and I agree, and I've always been a fan of like people getting married in their 40s or 50s. It's just like, cause you then had a chance to like live.
Let's keep in touch.
Holler at me when you're 55, we'll make this work.
Candace is genuinely funny, which is good because she's a comedian. Don't understand why she would have such a difficult time in the market.
So you have a good date. Hypothetically, what do you do next?
I'm the type of person, if I have a good date, I'll take the next step and be the aggressive one to be like, hey, I had a good time yesterday. What about going out on date number 2? You know, one time I did it, I went out with a guy and I was like, hey, I thought we had a good time. Would you be interested in maybe going out like on a date? His response was, I respectfully declined.
That's all he said?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like he pushed me away like dessert. You respectfully declined cheesecake, not a person.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Well, I'm glad that you agreed to come out on this date with me.
Yeah, of course. If you want, nice. I'll go one further. We can do like we were talking about before, the 8th grade pact. We're both single, 55.
You can find me on all the dating apps. The last thing I want to fix is that how I never know how my date is going. Even when I'm on the date, I think it's going great, but it's going terribly. Okay, so not to put you on the spot, but if you were to swipe left or swipe right at this very moment, what would you do?
I would swipe right.
Word?
Word.